All right, let's talk about something that could really shake up how we all build software. GitHub has this new toolkit and philosophy called Spec Kit. And it starts by taking a look at a document that, let's be honest, most of us write once and then pretty much forget about.
So let me ask you this, especially if you've ever been on a software team. What happens to your project's specification? Does it just become a forgotten document?
You know what I'm talking about. For most of us, the spec is kind of like scaffolding on a building. It's absolutely critical to get things started, but as soon as the real coding begins, it gets left behind. It just sits there, collecting digital dust and getting more and more out of date by the day. Well, the folks behind GitHub Spec Kit are saying no more. They think it's time to completely flip the script on this whole way of doing things and stop treating that spec like a disposable blueprint. Okay, so what does flipping the development script actually look like? Let's get into what this new model is all about. This right here is the big shift in thinking. You see, in the traditional world, specs are just documents that guide the code. But in what's called spec-driven development, the spec itself becomes the code. It's not just a set of suggestions anymore. It's an executable artifact. It's alive.
So this new approach has a name. Let's put a real definition to it. Here it is, Spec-Driven Development, or SDD. It's an approach where your specifications, the very documents we used to ignore, become these living, executable things that, with the help of AI, directly generate the working code. You're not writing instructions for a human developer anymore. You're creating a live blueprint for an AI to build from. Now, that all sounds pretty cool in theory, right? But how does it actually work? What do you do? Well, let's walk through the AI-powered workflow that Spec Kit gives you. And just to be clear, this isn't some far-off concept. GitHub has actually released a command line tool, the Specify CLI, that turns this whole idea into a structured, step-by-step conversation with an AI agent. The entire process really boils down to these 5 key commands. You start with /constitution, that's where you set the rules. Then you use /specify to say what you want to build. After that, /plan figures out how to build it. /tasks breaks that plan into smaller pieces, and finally, /implement tells the AI, okay, go build it. So everything kicks off with /constitution. Think of this as laying down the law for your project. You're telling the AI about your standards for code quality, how testing should work, what the user experience needs to feel like. These are the core principles the AI absolutely has to follow. Next up is specify, and this part is awesome. You just describe what you want to build in plain English. You're not talking about tech stacks or databases yet. You're focused purely on the user's needs. You're just saying something like, I want an app that helps me organize my photos into different albums. Simple as that. This whole workflow is really powerful because it's built on a solid foundation. Let's take a look at the core philosophy that makes all of this tick. It really comes down to 4 big ideas. First, it's intent-driven. You focus on the what way before you get to the how. It's also about creating really rich specifications that have clear guardrails. And this is key. It's a multi-step process of refinement, not just asking an AI to generate all the code in one shot. And of course, none of this would even be on the table without the incredibly advanced AI models we have today. And here's something really, really important to get. This whole philosophy is designed to be technology independent. This is not a walled garden. You're not getting locked into one specific set of tools or one AI provider. And you can see that like here. I mean, whether your team is all in on GitHub Copilot, or you prefer Claude, or Gemini, or other agents, the Specify CLI is built for all of them. The idea is you bring your favorite AI, and Spec Kit gives you the structured process to work with it. So where can you actually use this? What kinds of projects is this new method good for? Let's check out a few scenarios where it can really help you build faster. What's great is how flexible it is. It's perfect for greenfield projects, building something brand new from scratch. It's also amazing for creative exploration, where you just want to quickly prototype an idea, maybe try it with a few different technologies. And it's even built for brownfield work, which is all about modernizing and adding new features to older existing code bases. When you step back and look at it, the goal here is huge. This is a process that's designed to scale up for massive mission-critical enterprise apps with super strict rules, but also scale down for that weekend project where you just want to build something fun and iterate really, really fast. And that brings us right back to the central game-changing idea. So ask yourself this: What would change if your project's specification wasn't a dead document you write and forget, but was instead its very first executable file? That's the powerful future spec-driven development is trying to build.